Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling Autocross, and today we're dealing with a 1972 Chrysler V8 Valiant Charger RT E49, and it's got a 1010 horsepower, 875 pounds-feet of torque from a 6.5 litre supercharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 2,950 pounds. It can do 0 to 60 in 6.182 seconds. 0 to 112.031 seconds, going on to a top speed of 137 miles an hour. So yeah, we've not had all that many older muscle cars. I think we haven't had any, to be honest. I know we've had a 90s Mustang, but I think that's about as old as it is in terms of muscle cars. So yeah, not expecting much from this because it's got more than 1,000 horsepower, which is more than 3 times the power it had originally, and yet it's still got the same skinny tyres, same wallowy suspension. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be a handful. It's actually slower to 60 than the original car, but 100, not to 100 times quicker, and yeah, it's a lot lighter than it was originally. It's about 50 or so pounds lighter, so yeah, not expecting much from this car, but it's going to be interesting to see what it can do, so let's take a look. Not the best of starts, but then again we're only in first gear, so traction is not going to be the most sufficient for this car. And no surprise there, it's oversteering. Certainly not expecting this to be as quick as the rip rod from the previous episode. Oversteer again. Certainly something we're going to have to try and keep in check. That first lap time is not a great one at 1 minute 7.734 seconds. Whoopsie daisy. That's not going to help now, is it? The lap time was quicker, but because it was dirty it didn't count, so but at least I know we are capable of going faster, even though it's not all that fast in general compared to pretty much every other car. Makes me laugh how much it nosedives on that jump. Yeah, I'm pretty much keeping it in check though, the rear end. Just have to keep easy on the throttle, otherwise it will break loose. So yeah, there we go. 1 minute 3.964. Nearly 4-second improvement on the first lap. is a lot less oversteer than I was expecting. I know I'm trying to keep it in check, but I was expecting it to be all over the place, to be honest. No improvement that time round, but we've got this final lap to try and get some slight better time. Brakes aren't actually half bad, to be honest, but then again we aren't getting much higher than its original top speed, if at all, so yeah, it's no surprise there then. Final stretch, come on. There we go, slight improvement towards the end at 1 minute 3.096 seconds, which puts us all the way down towards the bottom. It's the exact same time as the Jaguar XJS from 1990, which makes it quicker than the Renault 5 Turbo, the Lancia Stratos, the Subaru Brat, Jeep Grand Wagoneer and the Volvo 1800E, but it is slower than the 1987 Nissan Skyline, the Volvo 850R, the Ford SVT Cobra and the Toyota Super GT. So yeah, by no means quick, but it's a bit surprising in some areas in the fact that it wasn't as oversteery as I was expecting. It certainly was at the beginning because I was just getting used to how the car drives, but as soon as you start to learn its quirks, you can keep it in check and it doesn't oversteer as badly as you'd expect, and the brakes are pretty alright, and yeah, it wasn't as awful as I was expecting, but yeah, by no means all that quick, and the fact that you have to keep it in check means that you aren't going as quickly as a 1000+ horsepower car should be able to go. But yeah, and again, that's because, you know, doesn't have all the handling in the world, does it? Because it's basic in every way apart from the engine. So yeah, no surprise that it's not the quickest, but I am surprised that it's a lot slower than some other cars, especially a couple of cars that are older than it. I'm pretty sure there's an older car above it, unless this is the oldest car. No, this is actually the quickest old car that we've got. Yeah. In fact, every other car above it is newer than it, or at least 10 years newer, and there's only one car that's the exact same age as it that is actually lower than it, and that's a Volvo 1800E, and that was, what, nearly more than 4 seconds slower. So yeah, I guess contemporary wise for this car is probably the best of the bunch that we can find, I bet, because if it's slower than quicker than a Volvo, sorry, that, you know, has just as much handling but is a lot lighter, I think, then yeah, that's fairly decent. And yeah, it's going to be interesting as well, because I am going to try out some more muscle cars, and be interesting to see which is the best of the bunch, and this is pretty much set that benchmark, but I'm pretty sure we can go quicker. I'm pretty sure a Corvette, for instance, might be a lot quicker than this. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what else other muscle cars from this era can do. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.